Welcome to the BMI Podcast, guys.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
been a while.
Mikey and I have been flat out. Well,
Yeah.
I've been flat out.
I've been sick.
And so, hey, you've been laying flat. So
I've been laying flat. Yeah, that's so true.
You're like, well, what a dry joke to start the fucking episode with, but we're a bit rusty.
Rusty. Yeah, just gotta get used to this shit.
Yeah, but I guess we're just gonna have a catch up and sort of. I've had quite a lot going on.
Yeah.
And we can just sort of, it's a good way for me to let some of my listeners know what's been happening in the
100%.
background with me and the businesses.
Yeah.
And then also catch up with you as well and see what's going on and if anything's new in your world.
Yeah. Well, I mean, with that in mind, what have you been up to? Because there's a yellow cart that's now turning red.
Yeah.
That was new, and I rocked up to that one weekend that I was working for you.
That's funny. I will give the listeners a bit of a backstory actually on that. So I ended up buying a third coffee cart, and then Mikey he actually helps me from time to time, like saving our asses pretty much because we've hired quite a bit of staff, but we actually haven't been able to get them to all work at the fucking same time, and
Still got the call-ins.
Yeah, well,
that's why you need those casuals.
Yeah, we decided 2 days ago. I said to Judith, we need to put another ad up for a casual.
Yep.
Like we don't even. Who are we kidding? We're gonna have work for them because we've got a good solid team now. Like most of them have got experience to go out on their own as well with a cart and go do a booking or something like that. Whereas now we kind of need someone just to help, like how you helped me on Saturday, where with just taking orders. Like we need to, when we have those bookings that we know are too big for just one person, we need a backup for that because it's funny because we were just looking over it just now. So Judith does a little call out to everyone in the leading month. These are the ones we definitely know are coming. And then with our nature of the business, we end up getting so many 3-4 days
calls,
out, call outs.
Yep.
So it would be good to have more sitting there to be able to alleviate us because we hired all of these people so that we could actually maybe get one of our days of the weekend off. Yeah. And we're still working every fucking weekend.
Still doing all the work.
And it's hard because we're almost there. We just got to build it up a bit more than we anticipated. And it's a good problem to have. It means that we're busy. And we just
and that's probably actually coincided. Like if you guys still had only the 2 carts, that might have actually been fine for the problem. Because you would have had those extras kind of there just to top up. Whereas now with the third, it's kind of put extra pressure on you guys, and it's like, oh, back into it.
Yeah, well, it's also, we were turning down a lot of work. That's why we got the third cart. And I even said to her, it was a running joke for a while. I was just like, oh, we just need a third cart because we are turning down some ones. We're like, man, we can make $1,000 there, maybe even $1,500. And that's just work we're letting go of because we've never. How do you say it? We've never turned down or we've never booked something in and then just blown that off to go and do a larger booking. That's not how we like to operate. And sometimes these big bookings come and we're like, wow, man, that would have been a really good one to soak up. So now we're actually picking all of those up now, and I call up my brother as well to come and help. Because we ended up having the field days, which was
that's right.
Yeah, and that was insane, and that's kind of it was almost like a bottleneck for us. We were like, okay, well, we know we're going to be real busy, and then it was hard for Judith, so we were trying to staff up and train everyone up because we knew we had that busy week, and we ended up having all 3 carts working at 2 different days that week. So now at the same time as running. Doing the field days, which is pretty nuts.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and I'm pretty proud of us and our team. We honestly, we smashed it, and because we were unavailable. Yeah. We kind of had to have everything set up, everyone, and you guys were the last straw for us because we were like, oh shit, I got Mark over. I was like, can you come over and get the call? So can you come over and actually learn the other cart And it's quite hard to just jump into things. And I think I was just telling you the other day, I want to do some sort of training video for our staff, because it's really hard to actually jump into a cart and just be able to just go and belt out coffees without one knowing the machine. And all of that stuff, it's kind of throwing everyone in the deep end, and we don't like doing that. Like,
well, that's what it was like. And then I think so that day that we ended up having the new cart, Mark was like, "We got this one. I don't really know the setup." So the week before or the 2 weeks before, whenever we had done Discovery, I was on the tools, on the gears, and he was like, so we pumped through that, and we kind of got used to each other's system by the end of it. That's another thing, like working with different people, learning the way that they do it or the different systems and stuff.
Where you need help at different stages.
Yeah. But so then we jumped in on the new cart, and he was like, "You're on the tools again, bro." So he started taking the orders. He was like, "Apparently this one is, you need to dial it in a little bit more, and the milk steams a lot faster." So you must have told him that.
Yeah, I told him that. I told him that so he could do the fucking machine, by the way.
And so he jumped in. I was like, "Oh shit, yes." But I mean, at a certain point, like realistically, the only way to learn is actually by doing it anyway, right? Like you kind of just have to kind of get stuck in. We were just apologetic to the people. We were like, "Hey, like this may take a little bit longer. We just got a new cart. We're just figuring out the systems. Communicate and
And honestly, if you communicate, that tends to be the better thing for customers. If you tell them like, "Hey, it won't be long," and it's fucking long,
and it's long, exactly. Oversell, under deliver. No, and that's it. And everyone was actually understanding. Like, they're
just
cool.
grateful we're there, honestly, and that's 100%. What I try to tell our girls as well. Like, as long as if you know you're going to be a bit long, or I really hated when we were at the field days and would have a line and she wasn't telling them, "Hey, there's still, you might have waited for 15 minutes, but there's still 10 minutes waiting over there." Like, just letting them know, and then they're like, "Oh, sweet." But the problem is as well, what we started doing is we're like, "Oh, it got to about 25 minutes," and they're like, "Oh, come back," and we're like, "Oh, no. Don't do that." Because so we learned that after the first day, they would leave and come back, but then they'd leave and come wait like 30 minutes later, and they've left a full coffee order in our way.
It's cold and it's just taking up room.
Yeah, well, we had no room. We had 4 of us in that red cart.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
big one. Or
Judas one? Not Judas one. No. So we had it in my one. And we had this system. It was pretty much like take order, hand to the person at the back. She filled it up, all the milks. She handed the milks off to Judith. Judith did the milks in the shot, and then she handed it over to me, and I just poured and then yelled out order. And it was just like a
process line.
Yeah, honestly, it was really good. It was all Macca's style.
I was really going to say that. It's like Macca's.
Yeah.
But obviously, like when you're pumping out that type of volume, that process line is critical. Like that's why Macca's has obviously been able to do what they do. Because they have that system. Mind you, a few random people that fuck it up all the time, but they have the system down pat.
And we all made mistakes as well. Like it's when you're under the pressure, and we made 1,000 coffees on the Friday, which is nuts. For that machine, that small amount of space, and it was raining and shit as well. So like it was just hard to do, because normally you'd have like space outside, you can go and put shit out there and you can like load quickly, but we had to like make sure shit wasn't getting wet, and so we had like our boxes of cups and stuff outside, and because that's a 1,000, it's a box of cups, so like you're thinking about how you reload a 50 sleeve. We had to have heaps of stuff there.
That's insane.
How
much milk did you go through?
Oh, I can't even remember. But it was like, I would be guessing here, but it was maybe like 300 bottles of milk or something like that.
It's insane.
It was about, maybe more than that. Yeah, but it was pretty nuts. It was good too, actually, because field days, there was a lot of alternative milks, but not as crazy as like
slightly more dairy drinkers at field days.
Yes, thankfully.
If you could picture one area that was going to have a lot of dairy drinkers, it would definitely be.
It was still pretty shocking to
really
more than so. Like when we go to the horse events, it's 90%, 95% milk drinkers.
Wow.
Some of them are trim. So like, but then we'll go to football and it's pretty close to 50-50.
Oat, soy, coconut,
soy, yeah. We'll be very happy if we get like 7 orders in a row that are just normal milk.
It's the double ups. It's the transition from like normal milk to the soy to the coconut, or there'll be like different alternatives all in the same order, and it's like, oh fuck,
yeah,
I can't just pull a big one of the one thing. I have to do multiple pulls of a small one, and it's just
yeah. Well, I guess if you know anyone that's looking for a part-time job, any students, so we've got one of Judith's teachers from the school.
Oh yeah,
we've hired her daughter.
Yep.
And like. Honestly, we need help, and
customer service, I think, is like that's a general skill that everyone should fucking know.
Yep, honestly, that is very true. Like I think I've talked about it, like coming from retail, working in a bike store.
Yep,
that it is really good to just understand. Like, there's some people that want to have a chat. There's some people that don't. Like, you get those social cues just through being front of house for a cafe or in retail. I definitely agree with that. Yeah, so that's been happening. So we've got that. I don't know if you've seen any of the videos that I've made.
Not recently.
Oh, so so on the Monday, the week of field days, got a call from the council, and the council told me, the plans that you've submitted shouldn't have been approved, and the contractor can't do the work. So the contractor turned up to do the work, and they marked out all of the services, so power, water, gas, everything in the walkway. And then they were like, where's this pipe going to go? Who approved this? And so I had to get that news Monday, and then I was like, oh, well, there you go.
This is of field days.
Of field days, so we're getting ready. We're dropping off the cart to set up on the Monday. And then I was like, oh, great. So another week delay. And then so that happened, and they've suggested the plans that I first submitted to them. So, it's actually probably good talking about it because this has been happening for the last 2.5 weeks. Man, if we were talking about this fresh, man, I'd be cussing. Like, I was livid because I pretty much wasted $12,000 worth of consulting fees. Pretty much. So they said, do it for... So... If here's the foundation, the pipe's just cutting through the corner. This are the plans that they suggested for us. The current alignment is from here to this corner. And then they made us move it off still underneath the foundation at the very start. And then, but I suggested, can we put a manhole here, and just upgrade it in the existing and build over it?
Just go straight through the property.
Yeah, well, like, because I'm still doing a special engineer design for this corner anyway. So, like, what's the difference between designing this corner? So it's like, what was the point? And that way it would have avoided me going out into the path and then going up further to connect into it. So,
which that's what they proposed.
Yes, that's what they made us do. And then that is a problem as well because you got to get traffic control because they're working on the sidewalk. And then you also got to do resurfacing. So you got to resurface a driveway up to standards. So like that was really expensive to do it that way. Whereas it made sense to do it the way we're doing it now. But now I've just got another, I don't know, month and a half worth of delays added on when they could have done it the right way. So I'm getting everything across the line right now. I'm just keeping calm-ish while also going, hey, like, this is your fault. Making sure that they know that I'm not happy. And
have they taken responsibility for that?
I haven't got one sorry for it.
Wow.
All I've got from the council is they've actually been on my case going, get these drawings updated and we'll get it approved for you straight away. Versus you're back in you get to the back of the line.
Of the queue.
They're not being like that. They've
which
kind
is a bit of guilt coming through.
Yeah, but there's still like I think it must be their training. Like, don't apologize because then then you show that we're liable. Fuck, man. Honestly, it's
so bad.
Oh well, it's bad in the sense is I've paid for an engineering application fee for them to do that vetting process to make sure that what I'm getting signed off can work. And they anyway, like if we dive into the intricacies, like you can't have a pipe going less than 90 degrees. It can't turn corners like the way that wastewater works. You can't turn corners. And so like it already shouldn't have been approved because it was going below 90 degrees. Like it's like, well, I mean, above. So like it was coming, below. So it was going to be like 80 degrees, like going backwards. It can't go backwards because it just doesn't naturally flow that way. So I was like, that was one thing. I was like, well, that should have got picked up. Because so the guy, the contractor, which I call the critical thinkers, the people that do the work, not the fucking dickheads behind a screen that just go, oh, no, code of compliance, blah, blah, blah. Like is it going to work?
Yeah.
Clearly not. And they just go, oh, we want it this way. And there was no reason for them to ask us to do that. They just said, I would prefer it. And that's the problem with the councils these days. It was too straightforward to just upgrade it like that. They want to be a cunt.
Yeah.
Like they want to be problematic. Like they honestly, even on this one here, they just think of ways to. So they suggested when we first went for the development for this one, when we went to them, they said, oh, have you thought about moving that door? There's a door on the duplex that's just across the road. And he goes, oh, can you move that door because it's, it'll be a better flow for this and that, and put a door there. And then my planner was just like, so so the plans that were submitted, are you rejecting our plans? It's like, no, I'm just saying like, we would like something like that there. And then we were like, well, why would we do that? So they wanted us to put a door up in the second story and then have a stairway going to the outside. And I was just like, what the fuck? So we ended up compromising. Like it wasn't a part of the district plan that we had to have that. They was just saying, oh, we would like that. And then we were like, are you going to reject it? And then they were kind of, it was a limbo. Like yes, they were like, we're like, well, it's a suggestion. I was like, well, and then my planner was like, well, if we ignore your suggestion, are you going to fucking deny our application? And it kind of went back like that. And because he used to be their boss, my planner was, he's really good. Yep. And he helped write a lot of the rules. So that's why he knew. It's just like, no, push back here, because they were just, honestly,
they just wanted a finger in the pie.
Yeah, they just wanted to enforce, like, oh, don't forget we have power.
Yeah.
Like, it was a weird power structure. And all the councils, I don't know, this is maybe my experiences, and you do see a lot of people complaining about it online. It seems to be a trend. Yep. Like, let's get things moving. Like, is it a problem? Okay, like, because if it's a problem and we're breaking some of the laws, which is, that's why we hire consultants, so that we avoid breaking any of these rules. Yep. If we're doing something wrong, tell us. Yeah, like most of us will go, oh, sweet, yeah, sweet, I can see that. Yep. Change that. Yep. Versus, oh no, we would like that. And it was the same thing with that fucking pipe. Well, why can't we just do it as it is? It would have saved me money. Yeah. Because I know any of the work that gets done outside of your section, it's 3x. Yeah. Because you've got to play around services. Yep. You have to reform.
Multiple contractors.
Yeah. Well, only one contractor.
Just government.
It's their accredited person. So, fuck. So to do that pipe costs $70,000, like the way that they have it laid. Yep. If I was to get my guys that are doing my actual earthworks who can do that stuff, it'll be 19 grand, because it's just one pipe and 2 manholes.
Fuck's sakes.
Yeah, and because it's council accredited, you have to use their people, and you got to pay up front. So I've already paid for all of this, so they've fucked me on the engineers. I got my plans done, and I've given them $70,000, and now they've still got it, and I'm just sitting in limbo. Yep. Because we've got plans that, like, it needs to get sorted, and like I'd rather do it right once instead of have the dude start the work. So like I'm grateful for that guy, because he turned up and he called me and he was like, oh, about to ruin your week, mate. Yeah. He's like, are you available to meet with us in the council on site? So met with the guy that does the connections, who is an old timer from Hamilton City Council. He was really good. Yep. But I also said, I was like, what's the go here? I've had a big rant just then, but like,
lucky that they pulled it up though. Like, and obviously he doesn't want the liability of doing it and then being like, bro, you did work that you knew evidently was incorrect or wrong. Yeah, like he didn't want that as a liability, but still, like, lucky he picked it up and still said something about it.
Yeah, that's it, and that's how I have to look at it. Like I'm doing well. Like, I've got a property development. I'm gonna have 5 units. Like, it's how much do you want to focus on bitching and moaning when I'm still winning, like it's hard. But, and then when I made the video about it, having a rant about it, I also was saying, but doesn't make it right. Like, I think it
Yeah.
needs to be talked about because we do have these issues. And there's another guy who's a property developer. He just went into the council and had like a hearing sort of thing,
Right.
complaining to them about the wastewater constraints. And he actually has a section right next to the hospital, and he was saying how they gave no warning. And I remember when it did happen, because it was about a year and a half ago. There no warning, so no one to like submit a plan or anything like that. They just said, "No, you can't do it if you haven't got any resource consent," like I did, which I'm very blessed to actually have had that in line. There's nothing you can do. It's till 2030, and if that.
Whoa.
Yeah. So, and he's going to them, well, I bought this section, and then there was nothing in place. There was no, hey, 1 month, 3 month warning. It was just like, oh, we've been stealing all your money and not fucking doing the infrastructure. We're putting a block to it. And that's what it is right now.
Yeah, right. That's insane.
Because that's what it is. Like they've been taking all of our money, because if you want to understand a bit more about property development, like everyone has to pay development contributions. So this is for the listener, like every single plot of land that's got more than one house on it, you have to pay extra for an extra dwelling that goes on that plot of land. Right. It's just to go to the council so they can manage and upgrade services, because ultimately when you add more on, more stress is being placed on it, but they haven't been putting that money into it. So on this one, I paid $92,000, and that was for 7 houses, I guess, like 7 dwellings. And then on that one, there's 5 dwellings, and that one's $98,000. So if you think about it, like that's in a 5-year span, that's already gone up that much. Yeah. And then I got in, so I'm lucky again. So they've gone up even more. So it would be about $115,000 just for me to be allowed to. Like that gives you nothing, by the way. They don't actually do any of the connections. I still got to pay that $70,000 for that pipe to get upgraded. Because that's my fault. I want to build over a pipe. Like that's the and that's a part of it, and we build that in. But yeah, those are the sort of things that you kind of run into when you're in development, and it's super frustrating, and it's hard to keep calm and collected.
And then obviously they fucking sit on the roads that they do for God knows how long, fucking a whole year doing a section of road, and you're like, you're paying the dude to have fucking smoko 20 times a day. Yeah.
It's hard to, because like with that there's a lot of, and that comes down to red tape as well. Yeah. They're sitting around because they're not allowed to move to the next stage, because they've got to wait for the fucking inspector to turn up. And because we just went through that recession, they have no inspectors. No one that knows what they're doing as well. So that's also a problem in itself, is they lay off all the good people. We lose all of our good people to overseas. They go and learn their district plan and be their inspectors or whatever. Our ones that have been in the industry for a long time, they're like, okay, sweet, we're getting made redundant, we'll move on. And then they bring in this new wave, and all of they are box tickers. Yeah. And they just don't, like, that's how my pipe got fucking approved when it shouldn't. They were just ticking boxes. And then they were like, oh, this will make sense.
Except you missed a fucking box, which is you can't do that in the first place. Yeah. The main bloody box.
Well, they're supposed to be engineers too, so this is the engineering department. So I'm throwing fucking shade today. I don't care. Like they've cost me $15,000 and then another month of time delays, which is crazy. When that's all chews at the bottom line. And this is why I always say to people, was like, you can do property development, but be ready to be royally fucked by any consultants. Like everything costs heaps if you want their name tied to it. And then also your time delays, because council inevitably always make you delay. Just there's always been something for every unit. Even a granny flat, I've built granny flats for people. There was still delays on that due to council as well. But it's just how it is.
It's just what it is,
So you kind of have to get over that hurdle first if you want to think about doing it. But then also, like, you got all your money on the line and no income guaranteed. And then anything can go wrong.
And at the start, everything's going out. There is absolutely nothing coming back in.
Yeah, well, I did a podcast with Rowan. He was a land developer. So the guy that I bought my sections off. He talks about it. There's not, like, everyone thinks it's all glorified and,
roses. See the end result, eh?
Yeah. Well, like, there's just a lot of, for him, I would say, like, he's got way more capital on the line, and you're dealing with way bigger numbers, but you get bigger payout on the end. But and all those little delays and stuff, those chew you more, because when you're dealing with heaps of debt, like that's the crazy part, is like a month adding on. You're like, oh shit, that was like, so for me, a month extra is another 15-ish grand just if we're sitting there. So that's
already doubled.
Losses.
Doubled your loss just there.
So doubled. So double whammy on that one. Whereas for them, theirs would be like, a month is like 100,000, because they're dealing with like $10-20 million contracts and
chunks of money.
Yeah, it's just how it is.
How do you manage all of that? Like what's been the critical? I'm going to say things, but like strategies maybe that, obviously being able to manage the coffee business, and potentially leveraging off Judith in that, but still obviously like head deep in the game there and thinking about the future there, as well as all the future proofing of the developments, because all of that's in the future. None of it, or hardly any of it's in the present. And just the different complexities and struggles that come in along the way. Like, how do you manage all of that shit?
Very difficultly. Very lucky that Judith is like a superstar and in her own world. In that sense, she's able to pretty much handle the operations of it. I'm more the most involvement I have in the coffee business is mainly like the push to grow and expand. Like that's what I take care of. So like I'll be like, okay, we need to get an ad up so we can hire staff. I'll be directly involved in training. I tend to have to go out and do a lot of the teaching of the girls of driving the cars and a little bit of reversing, all of that sort of stuff. It's Judith is, because she's still in the business, we're trying to get her out of it so we can actually, so she can be the one growing the business, bookings, reaching out to old customers and, like trying to grow in that aspect. It's really hard. But we're getting there. And for me, I'm very lucky that I've got her that can do that, and I can jump in between and manage as much as that stress as I can. Sometimes I'm honestly sitting there like today, I've been sitting around waiting for 3 hours, and it's funny because I've literally had 3 missed calls because I've been waiting for the work that I knew was going to land on my lap today, but I thought it was going to come in the morning. And so there is a bit there. Like I try to relax in those moments where I get those relaxing moments. Some weeks, it's been weeks, especially with the field days, that was really hectic, especially leading up to it. Because I also got to try and, like, it's all right, Judith, like, calm down, like, because it becomes quite a lot because she was really worried. And I understand, like, you got to worry so you can prepare as best you can. But I expected more. Like, I thought I was ready to, be just absolute zombie by the end of the week, just go all out. But we had some good windows where we could actually, okay, sweet, you girls, go toilet. Like, because there were parts where we got not a second. So that day we made 1,000 coffees. That was 6 hours straight. None of us went toilet. We were stuck in the same spot, and it was just going the whole time and did not stop. And then we were like, okay, and every little micro bit of gap we got was just cleaning up to get for the next. So it was just, okay, quick, get the rubbish out, boom, restock. Like everything was just trying to get ready, and then they just keep coming. All like, holy, like surely after 2 o'clock, we're like, oh, surely it's going to die down now. And they just kept coming, and we all looked at each other like, fuck, this was pretty intense, which is what we paid for, like I paid top dollar to be there. So
very true. I guess it's like, it's almost it's almost like no time for burnout. Like what, so many people were just like.
So Judith got sick after that. I said to her, you're gonna be burnt out after this. And
lo and behold, it did.
And that first day off, because like people don't understand the way your body works is it knows what it needs to get through. It goes, okay, pain and suffering till XYZ. All right, so Monday we gotta make it to Monday, And then when you finally relax and you're like, well, I was fine yesterday. Like I was actually fine. Like what happened? Your immune system goes, okay, sweet. Now it's time to recover.
Hard.
Boom. Hit them with the fucking cold. Hit them with the whatever it is.
Yep. Which honestly, and that was the same, pretty much every single bodybuilding client that I've had has had that exact same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I felt it when I was doing it. You get to a certain point and people always say like cortisol's a bitch and cortisol's the bad hormone and all this stuff. It's like cortisol is like the one thing that gets you fucking going. Like that's pumping adrenaline. Like your adrenaline is so high that it is just hissing you through. Yeah. And like without that stress, like you would have burnt out ages ago, but you have that adrenaline going, you're just hissing through, and as soon as you stop, it's like, okay. Now immunity is suppressed. Yeah. Now it's really kicking in.
Yeah. I don't know, like for me, I don't know, I definitely am built for this, or I have built my mental fortitude to be able to go for it, because I went from that straight into, okay, I got to go and sort this fucking pipeline out. So I was on the phone that whole week and just like, still just like not taking the pedal off. I do get like a little bit, I was like, oh shit, like man, I need just a rest. Yep. So we were doing like 4:30 a.m. starts, you know, that week, and I was like, I just need a bit of sleep. I'm normally all right if I can get like decent amount of sleep, but it's when the stress of all of that stuff, and I struggle to get to sleep at night, even though I'm exhausted, and it's maybe just me in my own head going like, fuck, I should have been in bed at like 8. Yeah. But now it's 10 o'clock.
Sitting there at 10.
Well, the first couple of days we came back and we started baking, and like that was too much. We were like, okay, well, we tried to over prepare, and then we pretty much went through all of our baking in one day, and we're like, So then the last 2 days I said to Judith, like, don't bake, just get some slices. We like just that's out of your window. We need to focus on getting to the end of the week and just
got to pump through.
Yeah. So she ended up getting sick, and it was hard, but it's also, now we know we can, like, that's the new high, or that's the new level. Yep. Because before we almost did double our busiest week, almost double, which was the balloons. I don't know if you ended up helping us that week. No, you didn't.
No, we were away that weekend.
Yeah, that's right. Your brother's wedding.
That's
right.
Yep. Brother's wedding.
Yeah. We needed you then. We only had one. Yeah, we only had one helper in each card, actually. Wow. So now we know we can have 4, like for those busy ones.
For the big ones,
and we can just smash it. But so that's that part. Yep, that's the pipe. Then, so now I also have, I guess I can make an announcement. I said to you last time that I was working on something. Yeah. So I bought 4 sections as well. Yep. So it's not looking like my I'm going to be having time for burnout.
Yeah, no time for burnout.
No, that's it. And so we bought 4 sections, full size sections out in like a sort of a premium land development, and it's just on the outside of Te Awamutu. Yep. Really nice landscape out there, really nice views, and we're just wanting to do some house and land packages. Yep. So that's if anyone's looking for an investment property, living in New Zealand and wants something in Te Awamutu, I will be putting out some plans in the next sort of 6 months. Yep. So it's currently getting chopped up now, and the developer's actually doing the work right now. Yep. Titles are due in about 10 months. Yep. Be about 9 months now, so it was 10 months when I first signed on. So yeah, it's all happening, bro.
Fuck yeah. Like, how do you prioritize the importance of all of that? You know, like you've got obviously your own training, you've got the developments, you've got another development or a lot of developments coming up, and obviously plus the coffee business. And I'm sure that, you know, like irrespective of anyone listening, I'm sure everyone's got multiple things that they're juggling all at the same time, right? Even if it's like you're still just working in a regular 9-to-5 job, but you have a family at home, and you're juggling even just those things. Like, how do you juggle or look to prioritize?
You do have to actually have some sort of hierarchy, right? Yep. I tend to build a bit of a pyramid. You have your base, you know you've got the stuff that needs to be done before you get to the next level, or you could do it reverse, like, you know, you have something that has to get done first before you move down maybe the pyramid or whatever, however you want to describe it. Like, you kind of got to understand that you can't do everything. And I, for the first time in probably 2 years, I had more than 2 days off in a row at the gym, that's when you're flat out. When I couldn't even think of it. I only got one gym in out of the 4 days that I was at the field days. But just also knowing that I had to pick that up straight away. As soon as I didn't. So once I was done, got my 1 day rest, and then I was like back into it. I go, even though I got back into it was really shit, but I just started back again. Just trying to juggle those things, like knowing, all right, that has to go to the side burner a little bit, just for this little 1 week window. And I think that's going to be happening quite a lot with my development. There's going to be waves of my development needing a lot of my time. And that's solely why we tried to hire more staff, to make it so I'm not leaving Judith in the lurch, because I've always been there for those call-outs. I can go to that booking. Whereas right now, I kind of, even though I don't have my schedule set, there is a lot of project management that has to happen right away. Someone needs to make a decision. I can't be in the middle of serving people, and I want to keep my during the week free. I already know, like, I'm in for a tough year. I'm going to still have to fill in and do weekends. So, like, it's just going to be working every day. Taking those small gaps where I'm not super busy with the project management and actually just relaxing a little bit.
I was going to say, was that an acceptance from the first time round, like when you built these places?
Well, that one there, I fully threw my health to the side, and that's why I ended up weighing 130 kgs by the end of that. That was definitely, it became, okay, all the goal in my head was, okay, I got to just finish my development and put all my time into it. And I didn't realize how bad I was neglecting my health. That is definitely apparent for me here. I said to Judith, like, it comes before the development, it comes before the coffee business. My health comes first. And because I knew I was only going to take those 3 days off for the field days, I said, I'm getting back into it straight away. I am not going to fall down that trap of, like, okay, now I need a rest because I've got another busy week of this. It's like, no, sweet. That was me at my max, I guess, like pushing myself the hardest. Like those were 18-hour days, because by the time we got home, because we had to wait in traffic too, took an hour to get out. So it took 30 minutes to get in there, and then another hour to get out. So we couldn't get in until a certain period of time, but we needed to get in there straight away so we could restock, set up everything. But anyway, I digress. It's just making sure you can achieve as much as you can out of all of those things that you're trying to focus on. Was
it hard to get back into it
for the gym?
Yeah.
No, that was I missed it.
Yeah, right.
So, like, for me, I've built it up into a thing, like it's the only thing for me, like, that I get, and I treat it that way. And I guess you having it up on that pedestal for me, like some people say it's obsessive. I say it is like
therapeutic.
Yeah, therapeutic. It's like necessary for me. Like, how did I get through that insane month of just everything happening at once? Because by the way, I left out my budget. Did I tell you about, so I ended up being short on my budget, so I had to actually go back to the lender and had to go and get more money, and it was out of my hands. So I had things go right and wrong, and then I'm selling my other property to my brother and getting all of that sort of sorted. So I had quite a lot going on, and it was funny too because it all happened the week of field days. It was like it was a big build up, and I said, like, I feel like when you're going through things in life, as much as you want to spread it out and have milestones or big things happen at different periods, so it's not all happening at once, it has always happened like that for me. It ends on a big build up, and then boom, it all comes through. The approval, the house sale, the end of field days, and it was just like, it's weird. I don't know whether that's the same for other people out there listening, whether they've got a few things going, and then it just sort of bottlenecks, and you're like, oh shit, and then it's almost like that's life teaching you those lessons. This is your next level.
Yeah,
this is how you know, oh sweet, I can handle that next challenge because all of your challenges were coming to completion at the same time.
Yep. Yeah. No, 100%. And I was just going to say that it's almost that accumulation to a point where it will either make or break you. Like you get to that kind of point of build up, and it's like, shit, well, you either do grow from this, like you either just fucking suck it up, hold your sword and go into it, or you crumble. Like you either give up half of that shit so you can just focus on the one or the two things, and you don't learn from that, and you actually end up losing that as an opportunity or a growth opportunity. And so
well, I look at those as it's almost like the rite of passage. You're earning your success, you're earning your wealth. It's going through that stuff that actually solidifies it for you, and you go, like I can do this. And it's almost like how I always talk about 75 hard, how I approach things now, because I know I've done something so damn fucking hard that like I think this is a minor problem for me. Like I was, oh yeah, sweet, that's nothing. I can do that. And it's almost like that through building your wealth. And that's why I kind of push people to keep, like, yes, celebrate those small wins, but keep driving for something, like for that next thing, because you can break your own barriers, your own mindset. Like for me, like I wouldn't think that I would have, $6-7 million worth of property. I'm only 32. You know, like that's in 12 months when I finish this development, I'm going to have that much.
Well, and that's skyrocketed even within this past year. Of that 6 or 7, fuck, what, 5.5 is now?
Yeah.
Like in this year, like. That's almost that fucking compounding effect that it's there. It's like, it's the compound effect of everything that you've almost gone through to get to the place that you're at now. Yeah. Like now, sure, the compound in financial terms, but almost just the compound in life skills and lessons that you've learned up until this point. Yeah. And now it's starting to really scale. Even just the knowledge of those opportunities and taking those opportunities.
Yeah, well, that's what it's been, even this podcast. So like, this is how I got on to meeting this guy for these sections. It was through a guy that I got on my podcast who's a builder, and he introduced me to this land developer, and that's how it is. And it's almost like everything is happening at the right pace for me, because I feel like if something went better for me, let's say I was building 10 units, like I'm sure I would fucking fumble. I'd fumble that bag. It would be too much. I don't have enough experience.
You haven't gone through that passage yet.
Yes. So like that's why I think when you see people that are successful and they're, other than the ones that have been, like I would say only like 3% of these rich millionaires have actually had it gifted to them. Almost all of them have gone through it. And you'll see, and if you meet and talk to a lot of them, they're like, oh yeah, man, I've been through that. I know, stick it out. And like they have all been through those trials and tribulations.
So fuck, it's so true. It's so true.
Yeah.
I got nothing else.
Yeah, well, what have you been up to, bro? Let's enough about me. How was your sickness, brother?
I feel like we're just going on a roller coaster now. We're just peaked at the roller coaster and we're about to come into the fucking null landing. I honestly, this is like.
Hey, I'm interested, bro.
You're interested. Yeah. Oh, thank you, bro. Thank you. I feel the love.
I missed you, man. I missed you, bro.
Yeah, fuck.
I was like, holy shit, it's been like a month, and you've worked for me twice.
I know.
Since I've seen you last, and I was like, I said to Judith, that's so fucking rude. I was like, my bro's working for me. I haven't even seen him. No, I have to go, hey, bro, can you come to a podcast? And then you've cancelled, and I was just like, oh, by the way, can you work for me?
Yeah. So true. No, like I think it was probably about a month ago, so that would have been similar time to field days, maybe a little bit before that. Fuck, I got nailed. I don't think I'd ever been that sick. I actually ended up having to take some time off work. I was that sick. Yeah. I haven't taken a time off work in fucking years. Yeah. For being sick.
Proper time
off. Like I think I had it was about 3 days off.
Shit.
Yeah. Yeah. So that kind of rocked me, but it's actually been like this conversation is almost, it's kind of been that whole segue into, that's been my build up. So since being sick, I kind of felt, I don't know if it was run down, and I don't know what that was, but just a lull. Like I didn't really have that drive. I didn't really have that energy. And it was like, that's almost why I get so anxious of taking time off, because I don't want to lose that. And lo and behold, you take a bit of time off and you fucking lose it. And it's just like, you just lose that drive.
Yeah.
And I was just like, fuck, like worrying just so much about trying to get better and feel better. But to a point where then you get to the end of the day and I was zonked from doing nothing. Like just completely wiped out. But I think it was through going through there, and it was like, yeah, okay, almost like what you said, you almost need that lull. You almost need the accumulation of a whole lot of fucking nothingness to really put into perspective the shit that is actually important. And so it's just now, yes, because I guess at the same time, like this is our off season. So everyone's kind of not thinking about eating healthy now. Everyone's thinking about not wanting to do exercise.
Putting that winter weight on.
Yeah. And so, naturally it kind of came at, I guess, the end of our summer period, just getting wiped out. And so then it's kind of come back from feeling like shit into the weeks have just been all over the place. Sometimes it's like busy. Other times it's like, fuck, you got gaps for 4 hours of the day. And so coming into that, it was hard to regain that motivation. And so it was just like this fucking like sit in this fucking quicksand or stuck in the mud.
Was that what you posted on your Sunday a few weeks ago, sort of talking about just being like, oh man, like think about just restarting again and struggling to restart.
Yeah. And the hardest part, I think, is like it's that kind of loss of momentum where, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it other than it's that drive of life. And I feel like that's almost where you live in that. And especially recently, it's just like that fucking drive to achieve, drive to succeed, drive to get up and fucking crush the day. Like it's that, fucking libido.
Yeah, well, like it's funny you say that, like, because it's weird. Because I even think about Marcus Aurelius's meditations, how he talks about, this is the emperor of Rome, how he talks about how he doesn't want to get out of bed, how the blanket is nice and comfy and heavy, and he knows as soon as he gets out, he's got nothing but problems to solve beyond his door, his chamber's doors. And I think about it quite a bit because I'm sitting in my bed, I'm like, fuck, I can't be fucked every day. Every day, by the way, like I cannot be fucked. I am a person that likes to just cruise in the morning, and I have a business that doesn't allow me to. Like the coffees, the coffee is like so. But I also think there's a blessing of that because one, it gets me out of like I have no problem when I have to work in the coffee cart. It's my quote unquote when I have to do my project management days, whereas I don't necessarily have a start time. That's when I really struggle to get out of bed because I just go, well, I don't even need to get out. I can just start doing some emails in bed and like like I start negotiating with myself on that front. Whereas it's not easy. Like, and I guess some people say you got to have that. It's almost a purpose. So you have to dial in on that purpose. It doesn't have to be there 100% of the days, but it needs to be there when you have to circle around to something and you go, fuck. Because some people go, what's the point? Like, and what is the point? For me, I go, well, I try to check myself and go, well, I get to work. I'm blessed. Like fucking people would die for the opportunities that I have, like 100%. And I think of people that are going through worse things than me that would love to just be able to get out of bed. And then I was like, that's when I try to start using that shit to fuel me because like I'm lazy, man. I'm honestly so lazy. I can't be fucked getting out of bed all the time.
Well, and it is. It's almost just like I thought about, just it's funny. Like, so I'm more motivated to turn up for. So like I remember you saying just even out there, like some of the emails or some of the paperwork that you have to do, it's almost like push that off and procrastinate that because like, fuck, I'll get to it. That's almost like me with kind of like writing the emails or trying to create like Instagram posts and things like that. It's like, I'll get to it. Like I know if I have a surge of energy, I could get it done in 30 minutes. Done, out of the way. But when there's not that surge of energy, like, I'll get to it. Or doom scroll, I'll get to it. And it's the same thing. Like it's just caught in that. And ironically, turning up for clients, I don't have that because other people have expectations of me.
Yeah.
But it's when I have expectations of myself, I let myself down.
Mm.
And it's like, fucking catch that.
Mm.
Like, own up to that shit. And it was just, there's an opportunity, and you've been given this opportunity to do this. And again, like, how many people actually have businesses? How many people have businesses that are in business for 2 years, 3 years, even 1 year?
Yeah.
A lot of people don't even have that. And I was
You're already
walking
breaking the anomaly, right?
yeah. I was walking down Victoria Street, and I'm like, shop empty, shop empty, shop empty, shop empty. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like, don't sit in your fucking comfortable zone, fucking worrying about whether or not you want to fucking write a blog post or not.
Yeah.
When, these people fucking had a business, and now they're not even operating.
Yeah.
Because whatever went wrong. They might have been dealing with their own shit. They might have had just wrong market, whatever.
Yeah. ...
At the end
but
of
there's
the day,
always that, though. There's always people that get through it, and then there's always people that fold under the pressure.
Yep.
Which one do you want to be?
Yep. Exactly. Yep. And it was seeing that, and it was just like feeling that lull. And yes, there was there was a drive to turn up to work because the expectation of other people needed me, and I'm like, yeah, but I need that for my fucking self.
Yeah, they say that it's all about the work that you do when no one else is looking.
100%.
Because realistically, that's the stuff that counts.
Ironically, that is what made, for me, right? Like, that's what made me so successful in fitness. Is because all of it could be done behind closed doors.
Yeah.
And no one else was watching. No one knows whether or not you're in the gym. No one knows whether or not you're hitting the pavement, etc. And I love that. And I lost sight of that. And it took the lull plus the seeing of emptiness around, like walking to work and seeing that emptiness there. It's like, there's a gratefulness to fucking even being still in business. Like, now is not the time to fucking
feel sorry for myself.
Well, and I think it was like that, almost that stage of comfortable. Like, I don't know, whether or not people actually say like the second or the third year is always the hardest or whatever. It's kind of like there was a pressure in year one. There was a pressure in year two because you're like, okay, like, it's not as much as year one because I didn't really know what to expect here. Now I know what to expect, but now I also have to think about taxes and everything else coming up for the first time. And like, well, what the fuck's that going to be like? And then year three is like, okay, I've been here before. Yeah.
Yeah, but that can be also a trap too. I think with the third year, and you can be caught in there and go, and it could just be a repeat. You could just do the same thing.
Yep.
And like, well, you should. I've told you how many times, and we've talked about it on the podcast. If you're not growing, you're dying. So even if you think that you're at the same, or if not, maybe a little bit better, inflation's taking you out.
Yep.
Like, do you get what I mean? Like,
no, 100%.
So like if you're putting out the same numbers, you're actually dying. People don't realize that. It's like, oh, it's just as bad. Oh, it's a tough year. So like you can go have those times, and I think we probably had that the year before, maybe.
Correct.
Versus this last year, it's been weird times, but
it has. But
having the mindset to go to that next.
And I get it, because like it felt like a decay, and you say death, and it feels like decay, like. And that's what I mean, like not having that drive or not having that energy. I'm just like, yeah, nah. But again, it almost took that. So like I'm grateful for experience that, because I can put an emotion, I can put a feeling to those words. Those words of if you're not growing, you're dying. And there is just like this fucking take life into your hand of growth. Growth and fucking just getting after, like, the libido's there.
Nice.
But it rock hard. It takes it.
I fucked him up.
I was just going to continue the joke.
Yeah.
It takes the flaccid to get the hardness. Yeah. No, but and that's it. It was. Like you said, when the accumulation of shit all kind of building into one, it was. I'd never been that sick. I'd never been that lackluster in energy. And then that kind of just started to ripple effect into everything else. And it almost took that to then realize actually how fucking good shit can get. But you have to go after it. Like, there is absolutely nothing that will just come to you.
Yeah, well, like you talked about the reps in the gym.
Yeah.
Like I can circle back to it how many times I'm probably going to for all of this existence of this podcast. It's that health and fitness.
Yeah.
Turning up to the gym, like you sort of said, that was your strength.
Yeah.
That's what you learned from it. Maybe you lost that, like the ability, maybe not being in that.
Yep.
I give all of my success to my health and fitness.
Yep.
Being able to turn up for myself. Because I tell myself when I'm in there, I'm like, man, I cannot be bothered. But it doesn't matter.
Honestly,
I'm fucking here anyway. And just having that and knowing that you can turn up in those moments that you know you do not want to be here, the last place you want to be most of the time, and when you're going through those tough moments and you still do it every day, you're getting brownie points for your own mindset, for yourself. Like you're kind of like, okay, sweet. Like he didn't want to do it. We couldn't even convince him to not go. He's going to just, and then it becomes a thing and you don't even listen to that bitch voice that's in your head.
And it's that kind of, that fucking middle ground of comfort. You know, it's like, I'm fit enough. I'm lean enough. I'm wealthy enough.
Yeah.
You know, as soon as you put that there, it's like, okay, now you've just opened the door of excuses. And you open the fucking door, something's going to come through.
Yeah. I know what you're saying, because like for me, that's why I've signed up, because I said to myself, once I get my finance approved for the development, I'm going to go sign up, and I want to feel fit again. Like, even though I probably look very, very similar to how I'm like still really lean, I can still see a little bit of my abs, and like I don't want to go past that point.
Oh, honestly, you've held on to this fucking way longer than I have ever seen in your entire lifetime.
Yeah. And that's because I've decided I'm not going to go below here, but I still don't feel like I'm fit.
Hard.
So I want to get fit and maintain and still have a comfortable lifestyle, just eating the odd thing I want. But I want to have that fitness along with it. I don't know, whether it's an ego thing, I don't care. Like, I just want to be able to be like, I can fucking go run 10K. Like, I want to have that confidence for myself.
No, and I think that that kind of strong sense of ego is actually the libido. Like that is that fucking energy. That's the go after, I'm going to get it. And obviously there's a place of insecurity that drives it. And I think we've all got that. Like I've fucking got that. But then there's also that kind of place of like, I know that this is just good for me. Like intrinsically, this is good for me. And I just enjoy fucking that energy, that type of just going and let's get it. And I think if like, obviously acknowledging if it is coming from a place of insecurity, and if you need that just to drive, you know, like you need to feel like shit to feel better. If you need that feeling like shit to feel better, sweet as, but like don't sit in the, I feel like shit.
Yeah.
If it can get to, this whole feeling better is actually where I want to be. Like this is intrinsically just where I want to be. Like
we also need to move towards people like wanting more. Like let's praise people like for fucking wanting. I want to be fitter. I want to be way fitter. Like I want to be around you and you be embarrassed because of like we're walking up steps and you're just absolutely puffed and I'm just sitting there. Like that's what I want to be. And I don't care whether that's your insecurity. If me being super fit around you is a problem, like, oh, what you're so dedicated. It's like, what's fucking wrong with that? And yes, I fucking work every day. Yes, I go to the gym every day. What's wrong with that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, and funny you say that, because like, so many clients come in, and honestly, I would say it's at least 70 to 80% of people that I see, like when I first see them, it's like they're hesitant to say, I want to lose weight and I want to look good. They want to find a different reason.
I just want to feel good again. I want to feel myself in my skin. Something that's, and
fuck no. We want to lose weight because we want to look good. And fucking own that. Like, if that's what you want to do and you feel like shit where you are, like, don't beat around the bush of that. Like, own that shit. And take it on. Like, that's motivation. Who cares? And it is like, whether or not it's success. I don't want to don't want to be too successful, or I don't want to, again, the whole tall poppy syndrome thing, right? Like if I'm too good, or if I try to achieve too much, then everyone else is going to try and pull me down.
Yeah, and you dwindle your own accomplishments just for that person that wasn't really, like, who cares about their opinion? Like, are they going to pay your kids' fucking bills? Are they going to be the one putting your family through fucking, in the nicest place? Or
are they going to suffer the heart attack that you're going to suffer?
Yeah. Are you going to be able to, like, are they going to pay for your dad having a heart attack way earlier than he needed to? Like, that's always in the back of my mind. I actually got to get going. I just realized that's going to be my lawyer, because I'm trying to sell my first house, guys. So my first house that I ever bought.
End of an
era, but it's moving from one page to another page. So it's going to my brother. So awesome. Thanks for listening, guys.
Cheers, guys.